Welcome back. This is part 3 of a video series on Route 66 through St. Louis. I'm Nolan Stoltz, the composer of the Route 66 Suite for Orchestra. And in part 2, we took you along the original alignment of Route 66, the 1926 version, through North St. Louis and into the downtown theater district. And here is where what once was Delmar Boulevard, now Grandel Square, ends. So we resume the video on the other side of the school, heading northwest on Delmar Boulevard from Van Devender Avenue. Sonderman's maps have an optional route continuing straight on Delmar, but that was 1929 to 1933. This was also listed in a AAA tour book at that time, but since we're doing the 1926 version, we'll hang a left on Sarah, the original route. Ross 2022 and the 1927 AAA book have it going all the way to Lindell. A 1928 AAA tour book, however, has it turning right here on Washington. But since we're trying to stay true to the 1926 version, we'll stay straight on Sarah, turn right on Liddell, and left here on Boyle. Now, I really like the architecture of these buildings, so certainly inspiration for the AD 1926 movement. For example, this is looking north up Boyle, which would be, of course, eastbound Route 66. And of course, a trip along the 1926 alignment would be incomplete with some sort of railroad crossing, so listen here for the train bells and the whistle. Now, if we were to stay straight onto Boyle, we'd actually be on the eastbound Route 66, the 1929 to 33 version. Because what happened is that second generation 66 came in from the south and then turned west onto Clayton, like we're going to do here. We stay on Clayton Road for a while, and we get into this neighborhood here with all the hospitals and medical centers, and then head into Forest Park. It's at this point we can look back and see the last of the tall buildings. This drive through Forest Park is real nice. It's not like there's any interesting architecture or neon signs or anything to marvel at, but it's nice to have a drive through a park. And we look back again, and these tall buildings are getting further in the distance. At this point, we come to a dead end. We are cut off and we'll have to continue on the other side of the interstate. So this is where we just came from. We're looking eastbound now, but before we continue west, I want to show you one quick thing. Emo's Pizza, famous pizza, has a pretty cool neon sign at night. Now, according to Powell 1992, there were two different sources that showed this road here, Oakland, as the route in 1932. This is not mentioned in Ross 2022, but again, as we're going to keep with the 1926 route for this video, we're going to continue down Clayton. And that takes you to one of the coolest neighborhoods in St. Louis. So the buildings are cool, the businesses are cool. You've got the string shop, for violins and such. Some of you know that in addition to being a composer, I'm a Black Sabbath scholar. So a microbrew called Heavy Riff, that's too perfect. I'll have to go inside. So as you see, the taps are made from guitar headstocks. And then in addition to Sabbath, I've also published on prog rock, such as Genesis and, Rush. Clayton Avenue and the aforementioned Oakland Avenue intersect here at McCausland, and this is where 66 turns left. You'll see that ridiculously large Amoco sign, and then on the left here, the High Point Theater. And that theater dates back to 1922, so it's, predating Route 66. So we've got some inspiration for 1926, The Show Will Go On, and of course, Neon Dreams. Just south of the High Point Theater along McCausland is the High Point Drive-In, and they've got this really fun animated neon rocket. And as we head south on McCausland, we come across this neat-looking building from 1911, and then we turn right onto Manchester Avenue and see this building from 1929. And just a few doors down is the old Maplewood Theater, dating back to 1926. So we've got some 1926 inspiration, and of course, The Show Will Go On. And in the same neighborhood, we have this nice neon sign from the Paramount Jewelers. And I only found out a few days ago that this was a fairly recent restoration, so certainly inspiration for the Neon Dreams movement. So we've left St. Louis and we are now in Maplewood. So thus ends our tour of Original 66 out of St. Louis. But I'm going to take you into this place real quick. It's Gus's world famous fried chicken. It's my friend John Dorsey's favorite fried chicken. And if you know his poetry and you know that he loves fried chicken, and so I trust his judgment. So here I am with Chelsea Hicks, another artist, and there's John on the right there. We're all artists in residence at the Osage Arts Community in Bell, Missouri. So that concludes part 3 of our video series. Stay tuned for part 4 of Route 66 in St. Louis. Be sure to subscribe at patreon.com/Route66Suite to access these videos. Have a good one.